ladies and gentlemen, my name is Brandon St.pierre, and today I'm going to be sharing with you some information about a beautiful beach town in Mexico, Mérida. Now, I believe investing in land in Mexico is a smart decision that will give you a peaceful and secure future. I think that's what we all want. Now, according to John Bailey, Mérida has been named the safest city in all of Mexico, and it's been recognized as the second safest city in all of Northern America. So why wouldn't you want to invest in such a beautiful and safe and affordable land? Today I'll be sharing with all of you what I believe is going to be the next most popular, touristic, and thriving town in all of Mexico. But before I share with you about some of those logistics of investing and how you can get your hands on some of this land, I want to talk about our current financial state and how we can be better. Because if we're better financially, we're going to have a better future. Whether you're from San Diego or you're just visiting for college, I'm sure that you guys have noticed the abundance of homeless on the streets in San Diego. Now, I want to propose something that I personally think can help you avoid that and almost guarantee it. So I know most of you aren't thinking about your retirement yet. We're usually still struggling just to pay our rent. We're worried about our month-to-month bills and how we're going to get those paid off just so we can have a good night's sleep. But for now, let's not worry about today or tomorrow. Let's worry about our future. Let's worry about our retirement goals. Because no matter how much money you try to save, I feel like it's just never enough. You know what I mean? No matter how much you work, how much you think you're doing good and being diligent, it's just never enough. Well, according to Nancy Anderson of Forbes, college students waste so much money. And she wrote an article, and you can Google Nancy Anderson of Forbes. College kids waste a lot of money. And there are so many ways that they can go about fixing that. You can go on the Play Store, you can go to monarchmoney.com, you can use the app Mint, you can type in everything that you spend and be real about it, such as, we'll go with the basics. You have your rent, maybe your car insurance or payment, your phone bill, Netflix, streaming services, so on and so forth. But then put into account how much you really spend on food, how many snacks you buy before you go to school. How much more do they charge at school if you could have just gone to grocery outlet? So, a lot of you may be in debt, and thinking about retirement is the last thing on your mind. But here's a fun fact about some real estate. Maybe this will get you more motivated. Visualcapitalist.com, on average, the world's real estate market has grown over 100% since the year 2000. Let me put something into perspective for you. So San Francisco, California. Maybe there's a house for $250,000 back then. Now it's well worth over $1 million. So just to be fair about it, you've profited over $750,000 in 20 years. I want to be too caught up with your meals or your rent when you're going to make that much money in that short amount of time. Now, as the wise Robert T. Kiyosaki said, getting rich begins with the right mindset. It begins with the right words, and it begins with the right plan. Now, we need to get a plan in order, and I'm going to share with you how and why I've personally invested into Mérida and how it's become my plan. So this past Christmas, I went to Chilem, Mexico, with my girlfriend and her family, and I'll show you some videos and some pictures that I've taken while I was there during Christmas along my speech. When I got there, I thought to myself, wow, this place is paradise. Too bad I can't afford it. When you walk around, you see the white, beautiful sandy beaches, the beautiful shells all over, no one to be seen for miles, clear water. You think, I need this. So, my soon-to-be father-in-law pulled me aside and he said, Brandon, listen, I bought 4 lots of land 3 years ago. And by the way, lots of land, typically maybe 10 meters by 40 meters long. Imagine, a third of a football field. So he bought 4 of those 3 years ago, and he then took me to Ciudad Maderas, and we talked to some of their agents. They have been in operation for over 30 years. They said that just since last year, they've seen an 8.5% capital gain with the potential of a 93% capital gain over the course that you're paying off your land. Now, you don't need anything more than $3,000 of a down payment, so that's the bare minimum. and then you will pay $115 a month to own the property. You don't need a cosigner, you don't need a background check, you literally just need $3,000 down, and they'll work out the rest with you. A few things I want to tell you about the community. They're building restaurants, markets, bars, all on the same land. It's a private and secure gated community with over 20 amendments. They have plenty of football fields, tennis courts, basketball courts, pools, pool tables, foosball. They have an inside area where, by visiting ciudadmaderas.com, you'll be able to view all of this that I'm mentioning. They have 3D links where you can get an aerial view. You can go inside of the family room, the rec center. You can see how large the pool is, how close the slough is. There's plenty of flamingos. Some of the water's pink. You can get a view on all of that. And also there'll be an area where it just says, click here for more information. And when you click here for more information, it'll just ask you to simply input your contact info. And when you do that, an agent will contact you in no time. I believe it took me less than an hour to physically get a call and then a follow-up text on WhatsApp. And the agent went over all the different properties that were available, the sizes, the cost, if you wanted to bundle and get a discount by getting a couple parcels next to each other, such as what my father-in-law had done. They'll go over all of that with you. And I just wanted to thank all of you guys for hearing me out today, because again, I know a lot of us are young, and even if we're not, we might be in denial, and we don't want to think about retirement. We don't want to think about the possibility of being poor, down and out, ending up like, some of those unfortunate homeless that we've seen on the streets so often in San Diego. So if you can just take anything away from what I've been talking about today, reevaluate your finances, really take a look at what you think is important to you and what you need to buy, versus if you could save some of that money and reinvest it into land to have a peaceful and gorgeous future in paradise. That's what I think you should do. So remember, save $3,000, go to ciudadmaderas.com, contact them, and they'll go over the monthly payments with you, and you're going to be set. Thank you again, you guys, and I hope you have a great rest of the day.